Now, Zigbee is an interesting technology. You may or may not heard of Zigbee, but you have heard of the IoT, or the Internet of Things, and this is where Zigbee is being used in a big way today. Actually, at one time, Zigbee was a contender for the Bluetooth spot. We almost went with Zigbee rather than Bluetooth for several reasons, but Bluetooth won that battle. But now it's coming back as this Internet of Things technology. It is a very low power digital radio, and it now runs on the 802.15.4 IEEE standard. Low rate, that is to say, it doesn't need to carry much information. How much information do you need to turn on a light bulb? All you need to do is send an on signal to the light bulb, and that's just about it. So low rate wireless personal area network, meant to be low cost, low speed. However, you may notice that it actually runs on a higher frequency. Rather than these 13 megahertz or 125 megahertz, we're up to 868 megahertz, all the way up to 2.4 gigahertz, and a limited range 10 to 20 meters. Data rates 40 to 250 kilobits per second, but the nice thing is that they can support up to 65,000 devices, and this is what makes them so nice for the Internet of Things. So if you want a smart home, for example, and your doorbell and your coffee pot and your refrigerator and every light bulb in the house are all running together, well, that's more than you can really handle on Wi-Fi very well. You can only get about 32 devices on Wi-Fi in a single network. However, with Zigbee, you can get up to 65,000 devices. So it works very well for that. The only thing is, because it's so low power, you have to have these little repeaters or routers all over the place in order to make your smart home work. And so you network them all together, kind of like the extended service set, the ESS that we saw with Wi-Fi. Something like that for Zigbee, where you have one central device and then a whole bunch of routers that act as extenders. However, it is real slick once you get it set up. Zigbee, by the way, is there's an attempt by some companies to use Wi-Fi rather than Zigbee for Internet of Things, and so there is some competition growing between the two. However, Zigbee seems to be the standard, and we don't know what's going to happen in the next few years. One interesting thing about Zigbee is that the battery usage is so low on devices that even by the Zigbee standard, in order for the Zigbee Alliance, there's a Zigbee Alliance just like there's a Wi-Fi Alliance, in order for the Zigbee Alliance to approve a product and put their stamp of approval on that product and say it's certified Zigbee, that battery has to be able to last 2 years or more in that device, and that's where it beats Bluetooth hand over fist. I mean, Bluetooth, you're going to change your battery every few weeks. Zigbee, 2 years or longer on a single battery charge. So Zigbee is quite interesting and kind of fun to learn about.